let's talk Final Fantasy. So shout out to the Dreamcast guy. He's a YouTuber I've been watching since I was a kid. And he made a recent video talking about Final Fantasy as a series, if the series is dead. I have a lot to say. Now, this isn't debunking what he said. Check out his video. This is just me throwing my hat in the ring. Final Fantasy is in a really interesting spot because this is more so a problem with Square Enix, but they're always talking about how, X, Y, Z game didn't meet our sales expectations. I remember when Neo: The World Ends With You came out 3 years ago. That game came out 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I was a sophomore in college, holy moly. That game came out, and it was damn good. They weren't satisfied with the sales. Similar thing they said recently, I believe, with Final Fantasy 16. And I believe they also did that too with 7 Rebirth earlier this year, and that's why they adopted this new multi-platform strategy. So what's the problem with Final Fantasy? I feel like if I had to articulate what the problem is, I would say the series doesn't really know what it wants. And this was kind of similar to the article that he linked in his video, how the series has like an identity crisis. Now, where did that identity crisis come from? That's a great damn question. I feel like when you track the evolution of Final Fantasy is a really interesting series because on one hand, it is very iterative. The first 10 games are all turn-based, but they all change things, they all do things different, they all do different things. I feel like the first 4 or 5 games are pretty damn similar with different mechanics here and there. 6, you could argue, did its own new thing, but still had a lot of the DNA. 7 wasn't that different from 6, just had the materia system. 8, okay, the combat in 8 was, well, the systems in 8 were pretty damn different. Junctioning and all that. I want to make a part 2 to this.